Harvey, with Elias, Rita, John, Theo, and Agent Maxwell from the GOD, are inside their training area they've set up inside of the GOD, the gold base that they've held up at.
Probably a different gold base.
How long after killing gold would this be? How long
This
after
would
the
probably
epilogue?
be a couple weeks. It wouldn't be actually, this would be maybe a week. Maybe.
A week or 2 weeks after the epilogue?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So about roughly 1 month or so. Maybe a little bit before 1 month after the end of gold. So, Harvey, you're the one in charge here.
Yeah. That was Maxwell.
Tell them what you're doing here today.
We're going to be resuming our combat training and defensive training. Today, I know all of you already know Agent Maxwell. He's been helping us out before, but he has been officially assigned to Mist as from the GOD to help
I
with.
assume you've told them about the contract,
Yes.
but I would hope so.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I
That
have,
means
yes.
you are official connection. You have an official connection to the GOD. You are officially part of us. By a loose definition.
Very loose.
By proxy.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, as you know, a very handy thing in our line of work.
course. What kind of training would you like them to be doing today? Seems like some of you have some already, or at least a decent amount, and then others of you have toys to play with. Looking at Elias.
Yeah,
And
you
Harvey.
could say that.
Well, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking we might do something a little, show you what we're capable of
Sounds good.
as a starting point.
Since this isn't particularly a official training area, just do your best.
All right. Yeah, that's why I selected this particular base, because nothing important is going on here.
And it's got some big rooms.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Leader first. Mr. Lane.
So, is there anything that, sticks out in this room? Any, obvious targets?
Probably.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Or it's been cleared
Yeah.
out to be a training room.
Yeah. Well, there are a few things I can do with my ability. One of them being, he would aim at, I guess, if there's what could he aim at? Is there something you can think of that he would be able to aim at in this room?
Probably the wall at
Yeah.
the end.
All right, I was just, okay.
Unless you want to set up some things.
I feel like we would have some sort of, targets or dummies set out.
Mhm. You've set up some cabinets. Some large, the metal filing cabinets.
Yeah, so he would aim at the filing cabinet with
What
his
happens?
left arm, and just he would start going through different ways he can shoot things.
Mhm.
First with the general palm laser, and then just finger lasers.
Laser's pretty nice. Nothing new,
Then,
but always good.
Wave of energy and force, of electricity and force.
No, that's pretty nice.
Um,
Maxwell and Tim have very similar voices.
Yes. I have a couple other things that I can do, but most of them are, well, One of them is ill-advised. The other requires assistance to show off its It's a defensive ability, more or
I
less.
see. I see. Carry on.
So he coats himself in energy. Anyone want to give it a try?
Is it a shield?
Something like that.
All
More or
right,
less,
he just
yeah.
takes out a gun.
Yep.
It doesn't particularly block them. It just kind of stops them. It's not like a. It doesn't
Alright.
deflect them. It's a
Okay.
field of energy. It kind of sizzles them out.
All right.
You know, I have a gun that I can use that has shadow energy that could shoot at him.
I mean,
Oh, go ahead then,
Slay.
Mister. What's your name again?
Mr. Davis. You can
Mr.
just call me that.
Davis. Go ahead. Shoot him. He seems to want to.
Even though I'm standing there in my armor,
Yep.
I'm just gonna take a gun out and fire it at Harvey.
how does that go?
Ow.
All right. Good
Oh,
to
so
know.
it doesn't block all energy.
Good to know. All right, it's much more effective against physical projectiles than
That's not surprising.
non-physical.
Energy is
Yeah.
a lot harder to stop.
True. Well, depends on the situation.
True.
All right. Yeah. Well, that was
Anything else you got?
enlightening.
Anything in that fun little armor? of
well,
yours?
I can. Would there be anything fun in this little arm of mine?
Well, it can store energy, right? So why don't you block with the arm?
Oh.
I fire another blast at him.
Ironically, mixing physical and energy would probably make it better.
No, it is the most effective. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Harvey would hold out his hand, thrust his arm forward, and try to almost block. Yeah, go with
Stop.
yeah. Concentrate the energy harder
Mm-hmm.
in his arm.
Okay. Do you fire at him again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Directly into his
It
hand.
does. This one does kind of. It hits and it doesn't dissipate in it. It dissipates like.
Okay. And with non-shadow based energies, I could instead absorb it into the arm. It's a poor choice with shadow-based energy.
Oh,
because
I'm
that has
well aware of the poor choices
it has very unfortunate effects on most technology.
Mm-hmm.
Very
So I
unfortunate.
found.
Yep.
What do you got, Mr. Shadow Man? If that's what I'm calling you now.
If that's what your real name is. If that's
That is what I'm calling you now.
So Elias is just gonna
like him.
well be intimidating then.
You don't want me to do that.
Just scare him a little.
You don't want me to do that.
What? Just show the tendrils.
You don't want me to do that.
Why?
Weird.
I don't see the problem. You've done it before.
All right, fine. As Elias, you just get enveloped in blight, as what you saw when he broke out and he was in full energy form. Except you can see he kind of resembles the armor. It's just
A bunch
Those
of
Maxwell's
tendrils
like-
out of his back.
okay, never mind. Go back down.
Oh, just wait until you see
Ew.
what Theo can do.
What? Theo's like, don't just say that. That's pretty good. He's not possessed, right?
No.
Not technically. Well,
Don't say technically. Say no.
I'm not, and I still have control over myself.
Is it making you do that, or are you just
I told
saying...
him to do that just now.
Mm-hmm.
He was reluctant.
Right, okay.
technically not possessed.
Yes or no?
No.
I'm not asking you.
Technically, no.
Yes or no? If you say technically one more time, I'm going to shoot you again. Don't say theoretically, potentially, probably.
From a certain point of view.
He just takes out his gun. Okay. We don't like shadow people here if they're possessed.
He is not possessed in the way that Abyss possessed his
What
victims.
does that mean?
You know the shadows that you have contained at the GOD?
Yes.
He's not like them.
What does that mean?
I still have autonomy.
Can you confirm that? Not you.
Yes.
Can you say that with a little more confidence?
Yes.
That's less confident. Rita's just like, all right, he's perfectly fine. We've seen it.
He's about
We've
as
seen it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Harvey. He's perfectly fine. We've seen it. He's helped us a lot. He's a good man.
Yes, that is.
I said,
what
shut
was
up,
trying
Harvey.
to
You're not
say.
helping. Thank you. Why aren't you in charge? You know, at some points, I'm not sure.
Who was that again?
Rita.
Rita. All right. How old is she again?
She's like 25.
Oh, okay.
And that's the most I've heard her speak.
Hmm.
That was Elias, by the way.
I know.
That actually has Harvey thinking. I mean, well, she has shown to have good judgment in combat. She's
So, you
Just
mentioned
say you want her to be a
Theo.
leader.
Is that this kid? Is he just the Theo? Yes, sir. What can you do?
Is this room big enough?
So do you,
I'm gonna need an extra pair of clothes. What?
do you know the Hulk?
Yeah, you're familiar with Marvel
Yes.
Comics, the Hulk.
Yes.
Imagine that.
He's the Hulk?
Not exactly.
Not the Hulk, but he can turn into that.
But yeah, Harvey's gonna go over to his. He has a bag sitting on the ground just outside the door to this room. He's gonna go out there because he's prepared for this.
Mhm.
This is a normal.
You got some
situation.
clothes ready out there?
Yeah, in Theo's sizing.
Steve's just like, all right, step back.
And also like a blanket to cover him
Mm-hmm.
with immediately.
As he starts, it's a very violent changing. As you can hear,
You
like,
hear bones
yeah, you hear-
cracking.
as he grows to about 10 feet. I think I said 12 feet, actually. And, like, just crushes one of the filing cabinets. He barely fits.
Yep.
That's awesome. And very effective. Are you good? Is he a good fighter? Can he understand me?
And that would be cool if he could control it.
He clearly can.
For the most part,
His
what we're
control
helping
has
him
gotten
with.
significantly better since he started.
That's what
Fair
we're
enough.
helping him with.
And I also see why he needs some new clothes.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
need to work on that.
That's something that it's a
Maybe
work
get
in
you some purple
progress.
stretchy pants. As he like,
You know. Yep. Harvey,
actually,
as he
as you
shrinks
hear
down,
you can hear the bones just.
as he begins to shrink down, Harvey immediately,
Drapes it over him.
Thank you. I'm gonna go change.
yeah,
Thank you.
tosses him the backpack with clothes.
Nice. What about the other two? What can you do?
Rita has ink.
What? Well, clearly, she's hot. Yes, I said that to your face.
That's not.
We like this guy, right?
She,
We like him.
She can use ink.
We like him. Yes.
Yes, we do like him.
Okay. Great. Yeah, I have ink powers. I can manipulate ink. So you're you're a semi-waterbender.
Mm-hmm.
Something
Technically?
like that, I guess.
Technically.
Yeah, that's under the
Sweet.
same.
You? I'm John. I have wings. How are we gonna show that off? I tell them that every time.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation.
You got a bigger place here?
We did.
Ah,
Yeah, we did.
right.
It got
Yeah.
blown up, and you're here now.
Do you have anything else? Just wings. Can you fight? Trying. Ooh. I was training to fight with our previous trainer.
And
And who is that? Logan. I don't know who that is.
well, he's dead.
I like how I'm canonically making Maxwell taller than John, because every time John talks, I look up, and every time Maxwell talks, I look down.
I feel like John is a short king.
The short king with wings.
Short King, 5'6".
5'5".
5'5".
Carrying Hosea, who's an inch taller than him.
Yep.
I love that idea. Can you tell me about this Logan fella? What happened to him? Where is he?
He's dead.
Ah,
Casualty of the gold incident.
my condolences.
He could turn his entire body into bone armor, which is
Oh,
super useful. Not
that
when you're
seems
being vaporized
useful
at point
At
blank.
times, it also doesn't seem like it'd be very good sometimes.
Not at
Unless it
point
was
blank
very hard
explosion.
bone
The
for some
situ-
reason.
Did seem to have abnormal durability.
That's very good. I'm
Um,
sorry he's not around anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the other there is, as I mentioned before, there's an ability of mine which is inconvenient to display.
Which is?
I can, well, so I can absorb energy, and this is
Right.
not limited to electrical and supernatural.
Mhm.
I can absorb the force of explosions too,
Interesting.
and I can use that to propel myself at high speeds.
Is that what happened that day?
That is what happened that day.
Ah.
Interesting.
I was wondering what
Proceed.
happened to gold.
Yeah. All right. You want me to in here?
Why not? There's a wall.
All right.
Hands him a grenade.
Yeah, a prerequisite to this
I always have grenades ready.
is my
Handy.
defensive. All right. Well. He's
Anyway,
gonna-
I think we should all come over here.
Yep. Yep.
You too, Shadow Man.
All
I
right.
think
No.
Shadow Man. You too, Shadow Man.
It's fine if I'm in the armor.
I don't care.
All right.
All right.
Proceed.
Harvey is gonna pull the pin and toss the grenade up.
Which, to be fair, it's a shockwave and not an explode. It's not like,
Yeah,
it's mostly shrapnel,
because
which you can't absorb the shrapnel.
I can. That's why That's why the shield is a prerequisite
Correct.
to any part of this.
As it kind of just.
While the explosion part seems to be. Yep.
Your hand starts vibrating. Because it's a lot harder to keep in volatile, in motion energy.
All right. And for
Especially with the
obvious
armor.
reasons, I gotta balance it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
As you just launch headfirst into the wall with the energy.
Yep.
You're still stopping very suddenly, so you just feel,
Yep.
you feel whiplash.
Yep.
There's now a crack in the wall.
There you are right there.
So you're a bullet.
Yep.
You're a human bullet.
More like cannonball.
I'm not calling you Cannonball. That's copyrighted.
Cannon boy.
No, thank you.
That's pretty useful, honestly. And apparently you said you used this?
Yes.
How?
So you remember how my previous headquarters
Yes.
was exploded.
Destroyed, yes.
Specifically
Demolished.
exploded.
Yeah.
It was blown up.
We're getting ready to start repairing that.
You know
We're
how
making
there
you a new
is
one.
one room that survived that explosion?
Mm-hmm.
We have another special who works with us, who her power was able to help delay things from happening, and while she held that off, I absorbed the explosion
Oh.
and to protect that room and us. She was
Makes
trapped
sense.
inside there, which was the
And your
whole
hands
reason we were in
didn't
that
explode?
situation. So
You seem to be all left.
yeah, something like that.
Him losing that arm was not the reason. but
This
the
was completely
explosion-
unrelated.
No, I know.
Actually. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I didn't have. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, it was
So when you launched yourself using said explosion?
gold. Yep.
At gold.
At gold. And that's what took him out?
As he teleported, he had a device that
Ah.
allowed him to.
Fascinating. That's actually pretty useful for getting into and out of situations.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really see John's thing. Because some people, this base,
Mm.
can't have a big room.
Unless we went outside.
That's not a smart idea.
Exactly.
Unless we went out to the middle of the woods, and even then, still always the chance.
Can you imagine just going out into the woods and he gets shot down?
That's exactly what I was worried
Well,
about.
It's a bird!
Well, he
He
did.
does that canonically.
He did
And John's
tell
just
us.
like, "Mm,
He did tell us that he did get shot down
I did.
by Dominic
I did.
carrying Hosea, who was transformed. Too. Yeah.
Can I show myself? Can I show my stuff, boys?
Yes.
Thank you.
Apologies.
As she pulls out the ink and starts manipulating it. Waterbender. Yes.
Ink bender.
I mean, it's slightly less restricted in
As she
capability
kind
compared
of
to waterbending.
puts it out into like a shield, and the ink hardens.
Sometimes I just want to drink it.
That's a bad idea, Elias.
It looks like coffee.
Anything else? I think that's all for now. We'll get some actual training in later.
I can teleport
Alright.
things if that means anything.
That's cool. We've seen that with all shadow people. No, not all shadow people. Just some.
This is a frequent ability. Or a common.
Now, how do they teleport?
See a shadow?
Yes, I know someone with that ability.
Yeah. Its name is Abyss.
Yes, that's the only person
And also
I was
probably
referring
him.
to. Well,
I'm just
Well,
gonna.
if there's nothing else, I'd like to go get some nice food, and now he makes me want a coffee.
I'm gonna touch the ground and just teleport a chair right underneath me and sit down.
That's useful.
Hmm.
We'll try to push you guys to your extent later. Promise.
You wouldn't want to see.
I'll take it more seriously, I swear. I joke when I'm nervous.
I appreciate you helping
welcome.
us out like this.
Of course, I'm being paid to.
I know. You could have turned it down though.
The director himself told me to.
Yeah.
And
He's
you
a nice-
requested it. You want me to say I can say no?
You
Yeah.
didn't have a choice.
Well, I'll be back probably tomorrow. Maybe next couple weeks.
All right.
Whenever you want to do another training.
We'll get a consistent schedule set up soon.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, I'll see you around, guys.
Alright.
Do you want to talk about anything before we end this eternal story?
Mm,
Hey, you want to get some Mr. Black coffee?
Actually, let's go see Tim. Yeah.
Let's go see Tim.
We're not playing that.
No.
Yes, we are.
And that is where we're going to end this. A lot more humorous eternal story.
Because he
Thank
hates
you,
us.
everyone.